welcome to GAMA 2017 with the Dice Tower. I'm Mandi, and I'm here with Jason from Jasco Games.
How's it going, everybody?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
So I'm a little excited here. I don't know if you're seeing what's on screen. Let's jump right in. Okay. What have you got for us?
We recently released Buffy The Vampire Slayer, the board game.
Excited.
You can see the box here. It's getting awesome reviews. We're actually on our 4th print run right now for the game.
I had no idea.
It's selling really quick.
Can we do a little peeky peek in there?
Yeah, let's jump in.
Yeah, so I'm excited. And as soon as it said Buffy, I was all over it.
So we just took the cellophane off the box. So we got the rule book here.
Super new, guys. Super new. So.
Smells beautiful. I don't know if you can smell that new smell board game.
Yeah. Board game.
So we have famous characters and big bads from the show. You got full art on the back here and the punch outs.
And it's really accurate to the show. A lot of the characters.
Yeah, we have completely custom artwork on the whole game. So it's nothing you would have seen in the comic books or the show.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice pieces in there. And I was an avid watcher of the show, so for me, I am looking for all the accuracies, and I am seeing it. It's excellent. So what type of gameplay are we looking at here?
So this is a cooperative game. It's 1 to 6 players.
Okay.
So you can actually play by yourself, which is really unique.
Nice. So people are always looking for solo. I'm quickly going to throw this out.
Let's put the board
looks
out.
Massive and amazing. So let's take a look at that. All right, let's talk about this board.
All right, so you got the board at Sunnydale, the city of Sunnydale.
Of course.
So the point of the game is you're collecting clues and defeating monsters of the week to inevitably go beat the big bad.
Okay.
While you're doing that, you need to protect townies. Mm-hmm. If they die, they come onto the apocalypse track and they are permanently dead. And if it comes to the end, then the hellmouth opens and consumes Sunnydale and you all lose.
Oh.
So you can also take wounds on your characters. So you're playing as Buffy or Willow or Xander or Giles or anybody from the show.
Right.
Angel's in there, Spike's in there. And we're looking to do an expansion to add 6 more characters.
Oh, fantastic.
Later on. But when you take wounds to your character, you can go heal those different ways through the game, and those will actually remove. So if you see the townie punch outs, not sure how well you can see there's a guy and a girl townie on here. You flip them over, they're actually bloody stakes. So that's how you take the wounds to your own team. Those are the healable wounds. When townies die, you can't heal them. So you have to make sure you're protecting townies the whole time.
Very thematic. I like the blood and the stake.
Yeah, every card is very thematic to the game. You have artifact cards that are special artifacts you can get from from different parts of the show, different events that will trigger. Now, the cool thing about this game is when you're playing your character, you have 4 actions, and one of those is a special action that triggers an event. So you get a huge advantage during the game, but then it always triggers a mass effect that is a disadvantage to the game. So you have to plan those really well with your team on when to trigger them out. And then these are the plot cards. So when you're going through the game, you're collecting clues to discover the plot, which is what you need to do to beat the big bad. So you can't beat the game until you have all the clues and figure out how to destroy the big bad.
It's exploratory as a group, and I like that. Well, I mean, I'm biased. I love the theme, so.
The theme's really good.
It's amazing.
The game's it's actually one of my favorite games. I didn't design it, but I love this as a board game. I've been wanting to play it again recently, but we've been really swamped, and I keep telling the team, I'm like, when do we get to play Buffy again? Because it's a great game. So
I was worried, so I'm glad that I'm able to see it and see all the pieces, and it looks really good. Okay, so what else have you got for me? We'll slide this down this way. Yeah, you give it to me.
So next up, we've got Top Gun, the Plot Twist Party Game. Mm-hmm. This game is hilarious. It's one of the funnest games we've played as a party game through Jasco Games, and it's based on the movie from the 80s. It's kind of backwards here. We've been actually playing with this one, it looks like.
Oh, really?
So you have all the different pilots from the show. You got Iceman in Hollywood and Maverick and everybody else. And then you're playing maneuvers and insults from the movie. Right. So the whole point of the game is you're trying to score points by playing maneuvers in front of you. So it's got some bad words in there, so we're not going to read that one. It's a PG movie, but it's let's find one that doesn't have anything bad in it.
Okay, let's try our best. It's a type of movie.
Just for the internet, for the sake of the internet. There we go. We'll play Too Close for Missiles. I'm switching to guns. So. It's got an 8 value and it's worth 1 point. So whoever has the highest value on the board, and you're usually playing around the table, we call it a hop. So you play in a hop and you're trying to get the Top Gun trophy. When you start your turn with the highest value on the board, you win the hop and you get all the points on the board from everyone. But there are insult cards that people can play during their turn to get rid of people's cards. So if I play Too Close for Missiles, I'm switching to guns, and someone has a 9 out there, I can say, son, your ego's writing checks your body can't cash, and get rid of their card, unless they insult me back and say, hey, Hollywood, you stink.
Oh, that's not nice.
And so it goes back and forth like that. And that's, since I have a bunch of games, that's going to be a quick overview of Top Gun, the plot
and how
twist part of the
many
game.
does this play?
It's a 3 to 5 player
3
game.
to 5 player, okay.
And I forgot to mention this. Buffy is retails for $39.99. Top Gun retails for $9.99. This is UFS Mega Man Battle for Power. It's our CCG. We're bringing this out here because this year we're doing a really big push for UFS, the Universal Fighting System trading card game.
Okay.
Our next big expansion is the Street Fighter expansion.
Okay.
Following that, we have Cowboy Bebop, and then Mortal Kombat X. And then finally, last release of the year will be Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers, based off of the new Udon comic.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for this. We'll be doing a lot of cool promotions for your stores. Be sure to check it out. If you like CCGs, this is definitely my favorite.
So this comes in a box like this?
This is a booster pack, and then we also have starter decks. So with Street Fighter, we have Chun-Li and Ryu coming out as a dual deck. So you can play as your favorite character there. When Cowboy Bebop comes out, you have Spike and Vicious. And it just goes on. Scorpion Sub-Zero will be Mortal Kombat.
Oh my gosh, my favorites. I grew up with that, so super exciting. And time-wise, player count?
So it's a 2-player game, competitive CCG. Usually takes about 15 minutes per game, and you play best 2 out of 3.
Okay, very nice. All right, moving on. My gosh, we're just firing through these.
Yeah, since there's so many.
I know, so many good ones. Okay.
Yeah, the next one is Mega Man Pixel Tactics. So this is part of the Pixel Tactics series from Level 99 Games. We worked together with D. Brad Talton Jr. And put together Mega Man Pixel Tactics based off of our Mega Man property. And you can play as the red side or the blue side. If you know anything about Mega Man or Pixel Tactics, you'll be a huge fan of this game. It's obviously got the 80s nostalgia going for it. Pixel Tactics is one of those awesome tactical games, kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics, the video game, where you have different zones and different abilities depending on where you place your troops. Very awesome, different game every time you play. Different leaders do different things, so definitely check it out. The decks are completely customizable, and they're compatible with the original Pixel Tactics.
Oh, which is amazing, because I know people always want to integrate with what they have, so that's always a bonus. And time count and player count?
Usually it's a 2-player game. There's a 2v2 format, and I would say it takes about 20 minutes per round. It depends on your level of experience with the game.
Okay, so this could be a good lunchtime game.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And then lastly, we'll talk about games coming up, because we have awesome stuff slotted for 2017. First of all, we already talked about Street Fighter, the CCG.
Right.
It's a standalone CCG, but also compatible with Universal Fighting System. That's kind of a new thing we're doing this year. Is you can play your favorite property all in one. If you just want to play Street Fighter characters, it's over 180 cards in the set. Plenty of options there to build your favorite character from Street Fighter. We've got Sagat and Ryu and Chun-Li and Cammy and everybody. And the same thing happens with Cowboy Bebop later this year, probably before Gen Con, and then Mortal Kombat, and then Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers.
So excited.
After that, we have a few more board games coming out. We've got Cowboy Bebop, a game of bounties, which will be a cooperative board game. We have Dragon Ball Z, the board game saga, which will go through as kind of like an RPG where you're building your characters through all of the sagas of Dragon Ball Z. And you can play different, favorite characters that will have miniatures in the game, and it's going to be awesome.
Of course. And is it cooperative, or is this going to be?
It is cooperative against the big bad guys from each part of the series. So, the Cell Saga, Boo Saga, Frieza Saga, Namek Saga. Well, I guess that would be Frieza. And then you got Vegeta, and you fight all of them, and it's awesome. And then all the sub-bad guys and everything through all of Dragon Ball Z. And then we have a game called Universal Tactics, which is a tactical miniatures game that's going to have full-colored, amiibo-sized miniatures that go on an arena board. And it's sort of like our UFS game, where you can fight different characters from different universes, but you have a completely thematic deck based on your character. So if you're playing Ryu and you want to fight against Goku, your moves are all Ryu's moves, Goku's moves are all Goku's moves, and you fight using your own mechanics from your genre.
It reminds me of the old video game Street Fighter, where each player had their own move that they could use. That's amazing. I love that.
So it's based on a 30-card deck plus your character card and special dice and abilities that everybody has, and the terrain is also interactive and explodes and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. But that game will feature Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat X, and Dragon Ball Z to start out with.
So this is like pulling back in the time, time warp of the 80s. Got some 90s in there. So I think a lot of us fans are really looking forward to something like that.
Well, as an avid, I guess, nerd, I'm really into the nerd culture, and
course.
nostalgia is basically what runs our company. We wake up every day and we go, oh, I remember these awesome shows and awesome video games. Yeah.
I still collect a lot of that stuff, so I totally understand.
That's what we're all about here. And we want to make great games that really do the franchises justice, because a lot of times you get those kind of slap and stick licensed games, and we really don't want anything to do with that. That's why Top Gun, instead of being a plane-based game where you're flying around and shooting each other down, that's not really what the movie's about. The movie's about high fives and trash talk and all the 80s themes and volleyball. That's what Top Gun's about, and so that's what this game's about. Yeah,
no, I agree,
great party game. Take it to a bar and hang out with friends, and it's awesome. And that's how we're doing Buffy too. Very thematic to the show. We made sure everyone did all their research. We had huge Buffy fans working on the game for development. They know the actors personally, and for a lot of the cases, so it's really cool. And we're going to keep doing that as long as we can.
Amazing. Well, I'm super happy with what I'm seeing here, and I'm sure everybody else is super looking forward to this. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really looking forward to playing this one. All right, thanks again. Bye, guys.